Have you ever looked into the fridge or pantry and wondered whether the food inside is supporting your health or quietly working against it? This isn't about trendy diets or overhyped superfoods. These are real, research-backed foods with the power to influence how the body ages and defends itself. Surprisingly, some of the most effective tools for lowering cancer risk aren't found in laboratories. They're already on grocery store shelves and quite possibly in the kitchen at this very moment. Today we're diving into 7 foods, humble, everyday foods, that have been studied extensively for their cancer-fighting potential. These aren't magic bullets, but together they form a dietary shield that can help your body repair damage, flush out toxins, and keep abnormal cells in check before they become something dangerous. Let's start with a family of vegetables that might already be on your plate, the cruciferous vegetables. That means broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, kale, those strong-smelling, earthy-tasting greens that many people push aside. But here's why you might want to put them front and center. They contain a compound called sulforaphane. Now, sulforaphane is what scientists call an isothiocyanate, which sounds complicated, but stay with me. It's worth knowing. When you chew or chop broccoli, enzymes inside the plant activate sulforaphane, and this compound kicks off a detox reaction in your cells. It actually turns on protective genes that help your body flush out carcinogens, those nasty chemicals that can damage your DNA and start tumors growing. Studies from Johns Hopkins University and others have shown that sulforaphane helps neutralize toxins, reduce inflammation, and even slow the growth of certain cancers, like prostate, breast, and colon cancer. What's more, it supports the body's antioxidant systems, sort of like giving your internal cleaning crew a turbo boost. To get the most benefit, eat your cruciferous vegetables raw or lightly steamed. Overcooking can destroy the very compounds you're trying to activate. Now let's move to something sweeter. Berries. Blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, blackberries. They're more than just tasty toppings for your morning oatmeal. Berries are packed with anthocyanins, which are powerful antioxidants. That deep blue or red color, that's anthocyanin at work. In lab studies, these compounds have been shown to reduce inflammation, inhibit tumor growth, and even prevent cancer cells from spreading. Let's talk about inflammation for a second. Chronic inflammation is like a smoldering fire in the body. It doesn't hurt and you don't see it, but over time it damages tissues, disrupts immune responses, and creates an environment where cancer can thrive. Berries act like little fire extinguishers. They cool down this inflammatory response and help stabilize blood vessels, protect your DNA, and improve immune function. In fact, one study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that black raspberries could suppress esophageal cancer development in rats. And while we're not rats, that's a strong indicator of the potential these fruits have. Eating just a cup of mixed berries a day can give you a range of protective phytochemicals. And here's the kicker. Frozen berries work just as well as fresh. So don't worry if you're not buying them in season. All right, now let's talk tomatoes. Tomatoes are rich in lycopene, a powerful carotenoid responsible for that bright red color. Lycopene is especially effective against prostate cancer, but it's also been shown to inhibit breast, lung, and stomach cancers. One of the unique things about lycopene is that it becomes more bioavailable when the tomatoes are cooked. That's right, cooking makes it easier for your body to absorb. So tomato sauce, tomato paste, or roasted tomatoes aren't just delicious, they're potent. What makes lycopene effective? It's a free radical scavenger. Think of free radicals as unstable molecules that bounce around in your body, damaging cells, like pinballs crashing into delicate machinery. Lycopene grabs these radicals and neutralizes them before they can cause harm. Add a little olive oil when cooking tomatoes and you enhance absorption even more because lycopene is fat-soluble. That's science telling you to enjoy your pasta sauce. Just maybe go easy on the cream and cheese. Let's turn now to one of the most ancient health allies in human history, garlic. This little bulb has been used for centuries in traditional medicine, and modern science is finally catching up. Garlic contains a sulfur compound called allicin, which is released when you crush or chop the cloves. Allicin has antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal properties, but what we're interested in is its anti-cancer effects. Several population studies have shown that people who eat more garlic have a lower risk of stomach, colorectal, and prostate cancers. The World Health Organization even notes garlic's protective effect on the digestive tract. How does it work? Allicin and related compounds help your body get rid of carcinogens and stop cancer cells from multiplying. They may also trigger apoptosis, programmed cell death, where damaged cells are told to self-destruct before they turn cancerous. Here's a pro tip. After chopping garlic, let it sit for 10 minutes before cooking. This resting time allows the enzymes to fully activate the allicin. Heating it too quickly right after chopping can kill those enzymes before they've done their job. Next up is a close cousin to garlic, onions. They may bring tears to your eyes, but they also bring protection to your cells. Onions contain quercetin, another flavonoid with anti-inflammatory, antiviral, and anti-cancer properties. Studies have found that higher onion intake is associated with reduced risks of stomach, colon, and even ovarian cancer. In Puerto Rico, for example, researchers found that people who ate sofrito, a cooking base made with onions and garlic, had significantly lower breast cancer rates. The synergy between these two ingredients seems to amplify their protective effects. Onions, especially red and yellow varieties, are rich in these compounds. And just like garlic, letting them rest a bit after chopping can increase their health benefits. All right, let's go a little crunchy now. Nuts. Specifically, walnuts, Brazil nuts, and almonds. Why these? Walnuts are rich in omega-3 fatty acids and polyphenols that help reduce inflammation and inhibit cancer growth. Brazil nuts are one of the best sources of selenium, a trace mineral that supports DNA repair and may slow the growth of tumors. Almonds provide vitamin E, which protects cells from oxidative stress. There was a fascinating study in Nutrition and Cancer showing that people who regularly ate a handful of nuts had a significantly lower risk of colorectal, pancreatic, and endometrial cancers. Just a small handful a day can deliver meaningful protection. But remember, raw or dry roasted nuts are best. Avoid the heavily salted or sugar-coated versions. And finally, let's talk about one of the ocean's gifts, seaweed. This might sound exotic, but in Japan and Korea, where seaweed is a dietary staple, cancer rates, especially breast and prostate cancers, are historically lower than in Western countries. Seaweed like nori, wakame, and kombu contain unique compounds such as fucoidan and lignans. Fucoidan, in particular, has been shown to stimulate immune cells, induce apoptosis in cancer cells, and inhibit angiogenesis, the process by which tumors build new blood vessels to feed themselves. Seaweed is also rich in iodine, which supports thyroid function. A well-functioning thyroid helps regulate metabolism and immune balance, two factors that indirectly influence cancer risk. Just a small serving a few times a week, like adding seaweed to miso soup or using nori sheets for snacks, can provide a protective boost. Just watch your portion size, as too much iodine can also be problematic. So, let's recap. We've got cruciferous vegetables detoxifying the body at a cellular level, berries acting as antioxidant powerhouses, tomatoes delivering lycopene to combat oxidative stress, garlic and onions working together to purge carcinogens, nuts bringing healthy fats and protective minerals, and seaweed offering the ocean's potent medicine. Now, you don't need to overhaul your entire diet in a day. The key is consistency. Add a little more broccoli to your dinner. Swap your sugary snack for a bowl of berries. Throw a handful of walnuts into your salad. These small daily choices are like compound interest for your health. They add up over time. Cancer is complex. It's not caused by one thing, and it won't be prevented by one food. But by making your plate more colorful, more natural, and more intentional, you give your body what it needs to protect itself. Food won't guarantee that you never face illness, but it can stack the odds in your favor. And when you're in your 50s, 60s, or beyond, that's exactly the kind of investment worth making. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and type yes in the comments. It may seem small, but it really encourages us to keep creating more content like this to support your journey to better health. And while you're at it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss practical health tips that could truly make a difference. Thanks so much for watching, and always remember, your health is your greatest wealth. See you in the next video.